Shalom, shalom to the 144,000, the elect. Before I get started, let me give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honor to the apostle and elders of the great millstone. Peace and blessing to the brothers that are preaching the truth in the four winds of the earth. May Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, have mercy upon you. Man, I was about to do a video on brother's video out in South Carolina 8, but I ran across this fool here. You know, Eve make it easy, man. Eve give you content to what? To go in on them on, man. I mean, this gonna speak for itself. I really don't have to give any to talk on or speak on what one would say negative words concerning this individual here. Just check out this crap here. Let me turn this up real quick. Let's see something. It's short. It ain't long at all. Listen to this fool here. It say suspect tells judge, so what? And then she said, guess how many days she got. Now, for those of you that haven't seen this here, I haven't seen it. It's like it's been 3 weeks ago. It could be something even before then. But this is my first time seeing it. If I did see it, I just scrolled by it. I ain't paid no mind or whatever. Because, you know, Eve always acting a fool online. They put everything online. So, y'all make it easy for us to make content on you all. Because y'all put everything, all your business online. All of it. So, this woman here has been terrorizing her husband. And been giving him the blues. So, apparently she must have did something to him to get herself or something to a cop with. I don't know what, but I know it's concerning her husband, her boyfriend, right? That she's living with or whatever. And she got herself locked up. But listen to this fool here. That's what she is, a fool. Listen to this here.
Live with Mr. McCray, you cannot return to that residence.
Oh, but how you just gonna tell me I can't go home though?
What?
How you gonna tell me I can't go to my home?
I just did.
Well, I bet I do.
Well, then you're in contempt, young lady, and you got 30 days. So you're not going to... You're not... What?
Whoa.
Get back! Get back!
Get
back! That's another 30 days. That's 60 days.
So what?
90 days.
So?
120 days.
Okay, then.
180 days.
Whoa!
He's quiet.
Get off me. Get your hands off me, man.
Come on.
What else you got to say?
Oh, nothing. We'll talk in 6 months when you're ready to come back for your case.
I ain't ready. They got something serious. I got money.
That's 200 days. You got anything else to say, Miss Burks?
You.
That's 300 days. If you live with Miss...
Man. Now you telling me this woman ain't, you know, I'm not going to give her no excuse. Because this is something she's been doing probably her whole life. You know, you all love to say that something wrong with Eve. And that's the reason why she's doing it. She don't know the difference between right and wrong. She definitely knows the difference between right and wrong. You know, this is just proud behavior and not taking accountability for what? For your actions. Let's read some of these comments over here. Right? It said, I would love to see, this is Anna Marie, I would love to see her return in front of a judge after the 300 days. Me too. And he got 84 replies. I'm just going to read the ones that's in because she got a ton of replies on it. This is Paul Ferrer, Mr. McCray about to have a peaceful 300 days. That's right, man. I might name the video. This man will finally have peace in his home. This is a fool. You know if she react this in this manner right here. If she act like this in this manner here with the judge, and the judge tacking on 30, 40, 50, 60 days, and she still don't know how to control her mouth. This woman here is out of control. And okay, Roland Meir says she had the right to remain silent but lacked the ability. That's right. You know, that's Eve. Eve cannot control her mouth. Her mouth is her biggest downfall because she can't control her mouth. And then in the process, she can't control her anger right along with her mouth and her actions, and never take accountability for her actions. This is who is this here? Dictator. This looks more like an auction than a hearing. Going sold to the lady with the 300-day bid. Yeah. When she get out of that county jail after 300 days, she can be writing the judge. She be writing the judge for them 300 days, so you can believe that. So I got commissary. Okay. Them cookies and nutty bars and candy gonna go so far. You ain't had a piece of meat, a decent piece of meat, because a lot of that stuff they feed you behind them bars, man, it's terrible. It is terrible. You know, Eve used to eat. Thomas says, I bet her neighborhood is telling that judge thank you. Oh my goodness, man. The whole neighborhood, huh? Who is this? Insane cow. She was just securing alternate housing for the time being. That's right. Because she probably ain't got nowhere else to go. And that poor man, he probably older than her. He probably an older man. And she taking that man through the ringer, man. Her husband. Madness, man. Momo says, this was the first time in her life someone held her accountable for her nasty attitude and bad behavior. Boy, this might be the best comment up here. That's right. This, like he said, this may be the first time someone ever held this woman accountable for her nasty attitude and bad behavior, man. You know, this is common for Eve, man. For the so-called black woman. This right here is common, man. You know, I myself and the brothers, man, would no matter how many times we get on Eve and try to reprove them and give them and try to get them to act right, they just not gonna do it. You know, but all these things here due to Yahweh Shem Shai first and foremost, right? You know, the way our general makeup of our situations in these times, right? It's all according to the laws, man. It was his plan to destroy us as a people, man. Yes, the Lord destroyed us as a people, man. Because we would. That's first and foremost, we would committing spiritual fornication against our God. So this is why our women is the head and we the tail. But I can't say Jacob's waking up in these last days, man. You know, this is why our women is the least desirable, because that's Eve. Eve is the head tribe of all the women tribes, man. Just like the so-called black woman is the head tribe of all the women tribes, the so-called black man is the head of all the tribes of the men. Where and as a whole, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is that this is why they cater to our women the way they do, and this is why they do the so-called black man in the way they do, which is bring him, take him through hell. Put it that way, take him through hell. You know, let them be the what? The ones that are always catching hell in this devil's kingdom, man. Because Jake was always. They know that the southern tribe or the southern tribe, which is Judah, right? You got Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, the southern tribe, which is Jacob's children. They know that that Judah was going to be the one to wake up all. Trust and believe these wicked Edomites, Esau, Edom. They are very aware concerning Judah and who Judah is, and that's a so-called black man, right? And that'd be Western Indies and Haitians too, but mainly the so-called black man, right? Because why? Because Judah is the head tribe. And what that is? Genesis 49:8. Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall praise. This is why you see Jake, the so-called black man, out front when it comes to acting, dancing. All of the tribes have their own, have their rhythm when it comes to performing, dancing, or singing, or whatever. But who has more rhythm than a so-called black man when it comes to rhythm and singing and dancing? Just like no other. Judah, thou art he whom what? Thy brethren shall praise. Thy hand shall be in the neck of thy enemies. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Huh? What does that mean? Judah is what? He's the... Well, you know what? Let me read verse 9. Judah is a lion's whelp. And that lion's whelp, he's what? He's a young, strong lion. Judah is. Right? From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down. He couched as a lion and as an old lion. Who shall rouse him up? That's the point I would have really wanted. Verse 9. Right? Who's going to rouse him up? Like in these last days, what's taking place? You see the so-called black man on the four corners of the earth, and he's gathering the what? All of the other tribes, which is Judah, which is Benjamin, Levi, Ephraim, Manasseh, Simeon, Zebulun, Gad, Reuben, Asher, Issachar, and Naphtali, gathering them together. What? And they're coming back together, right? Because the northern and the southern tribe of the children of Israel are going to be one stick when Yahushua returns. So, this is not the subject. The subject is Eve. Let's see this one more time before I go into the scriptures.
Mr. McCrae, you cannot return to that residence.
Oh, but how you just gonna tell me I can't go home though?
What?
How you gonna tell me I can't go to my home?
I just did.
Well, I bet I do.
Well, then you're in contempt, young lady, and you got 30 days. So you're not going to... You're not... What?
Whoa.
Get back! Get back!
You just said I got 30
Get
days. I
back!
don't hear nothing else.
That's another 30 days. That's 60 days.
So what?
90 days.
So?
120 days.
Okay, then.
180 days.
Move!
Please, quiet.
Get off me! Get your hands off me, man.
Come on.
What else you got to say?
Oh, nothing. We'll talk in 6 months when you're ready to come back for your case.
I ain't ready. They got something serious. I got money.
That's 200 days. You got anything else to say, Miss Burks?
You.
Hey.
That's 300 days. If you live with Mr. McCrae...
That's how most of the bulk of our women act, just like that. That's them right there, man. Can't, no matter what the circumstances is, can't control their mouth. No matter what it is. He could have said years. He could have been saying years. She still would not be able to control that mouth. So let's get right into it. They go to Ecclesiasticus 25 and verse 22. And it reads, a woman, if she maintains her husband, is full of anger, impudent, and that word impudent goes into what? Without shame. She's not shame at all. She's what? She used to acting in the manner that she act. Impudent in much of what? Reproach. A wicked, verse 23, a wicked woman abatteth, meaning what? That word abatteth goes into what? Beat down, lower, reduce. She reducing her husband down to nothing, man. To where he can't even, he feel less than a man. Where he can't even what? He can't even fight against this woman here, man. Because why? Because if most jakes, they raise up their hand on at a woman, he would be what? Probably be the one. He would be the one sitting in that chair instead of her, in her wicked behind. Even though she started it. Madness, man. This is what we have to go through. And while we are in here in Esau's kingdom, with Eve having a portion of Esau's Edom kingdom, this is the so-called white man. A wicked woman abatteth, the courage maketh and what? And heavy countenance. In a wounded heart. A woman that would not comfort her husband in distress. She's literally driving that man crazy, man. Driving him crazy. Make a weak hands and feeble knees. Weak as hell, man. It's weak as hell, man. Verse 25. Jump to verse 25. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to get abroad. Meaning, all she does, we know that all she does is what? Run the streets. Probably taking girl trips. Ugly as that thing is. Yeah, she's not a great looking woman. Right? But you can know, no matter what Eve look like, or no matter how big Eve get, Eve is going to always still maintain that she is the what? That she is God's gift. And though that is so far from the truth, it's ridiculous. You know, men are more bold in telling each other the truth concerning how they look, how their hair look, how they gain too much weight. That's the wrong clothes to put on. This and y'all don't. Women don't do that for one another. They just lie to each other. They just lie. And then and what does that do? That even boosts their confidence even more. Even more. Ecclesiastes 26:1. Blessed is the man that has a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be double. This is the most peace that man gonna ever have. And when I know she got what? She gonna be gone for 300 days. I know he's so happy he don't know what to do. Verse 2 of Ecclesiasticus, which is Sirach. What Sirach is Ecclesiasticus. A virtuous, meaning a righteous woman, rejoiceth her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. This is why most men, so-called black men, are what? Die before what? These women, because they're what? They'll work like dogs, and in the process of them working like dogs, what happens, man? You know, the woman come home, can't get no peace. They stressed out. So what? That's why they end up dying early. Then they're not eating properly. You know, she probably feeding them a bunch of microwave foods and, you know, just pausing them. Or even just pausing them. You know, Eve took a lot of Jake's life, man, by what? By feeding them, man. Know he got high blood pressure and still giving them, or know he got diabetes and still feeding them a bunch of sugar. Eve wicked as hell, man. A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. A good wife is a good portion, which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Lord. So there it is. Jake might be wicked as hell too, but you know, I'm quite sure that mostly Jake, they can't beat Eve in their wickedness, man. But Eve gonna always take them through what? Take them through that pure hell. They're gonna always go through something with Eve, man. Madness. Verse 7, Ecclesiasticus 26:7. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that has hold of her is as though he had held a what? A scorpion. Why? Because a fool will pick up a scorpion or a snake or anything. What's going to happen? He's going to be turning all which way. He's going to be swinging it this way, that way to keep it from doing what? Biting them. That's the lack of rest that a man receives from a wicked woman. I mean, an evil wife. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that has hold of her is as though he held a what? A scorpion. Who told a man? Let's go to verse 13 of Ecclesiastes 26:13. The grace of a wife, the light of her husband, in her what? Discretion, meaning what? Concerning her making decisions. Discretion will what? Will fatten his bones. So they don't listen. They have never listened to their husband. Because why? Because Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, has afforded them to be what? Heads of what? Of all the homes. Verse 14 of Ecclesiasticus 26. A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. Meaning what? She's a quiet wife. She's quiet. She's not going to what? She's not going to drive you crazy with what? With that mouth. So if she can't, if she can't control her mouth, she's not going to control herself with the judge. She can't control her mouth with the judge. She's not going to control herself with the husband. Let's read a couple more of these right quick. I seen one right here I wanted to read. This is Hun Rev. This is so unbelievable, satisfying to watch. Laughing my ass off. Huh? It's so satisfying. Why is it satisfying? Because he finally gets to see a so-called Eve gets her due when running that mouth. Her due just in running that mouth. It ain't just, it's always just us. So-called black man. It's always just us catching hell in what? In Esau's penitentiary. Or jailhouse. This is Miss Black Panther. Let's see what Miss Black Panther say, y'all. This is what happens when you insist on having the last word. There it is. There it is. This is Mike. When keeping it real goes wrong. That's right. And Eve will she'll what? That's right, keeping it real. You all know what it is. The definition of keeping it real when it comes to us. Some of that ebonics. This is DM Dirk. What's a woman though? She was what? Unbothered. No, she wasn't. No, she wasn't. She thinks she unbothered, but as soon as she get up in that and got to be eating that fake food, that bologna, that old bologna, that old hot dog. Well, I don't think they give them hot dogs anymore. They give them that old bologna or something. She'll straighten up. She'll be writing a letter to the judge, begging the judge to let her out. This is Dark Throne. Damn. Ron White must be the judge. Ron White wasn't lying when he said you can't fix stupid. I don't know who Ron White is then. Must be someone that's I don't know who he is. Ron White wasn't lying when he said you can't fix stupid. Ain't a pill you can take or a class you can go to. Stupid is forever. He right. Stupid is forever. This is Tiger Moon. She is her own worst enemy. Something shutting your mouth is a blessing. Last one. Garden Farms. Sad if she raised children. That's right, man. And you wonder why our children act in the manner that they act. You wonder why most, especially the young men, is so sensitive and they're so quick to blow each other away, man. Because why? Because they're raised by what? Women. They was raised to react before thinking, right? And that's part of what? Of them being raised by women and using their emotions and feelings to what? To solve problems. When men supposed to solve their problem amongst men in a manly way, and being emotional and using your feeling to solve problems is a female trait. I hope the abused man moved out while this disrespectful, abusive, narcissist female was locked up. I know that's right. Go back to Ecclesiasticus 26 and 14. A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. Meaning a quiet wife, man. Verse 15. A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace. You hear that? You hear that? A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace. Of who? Of the Lord. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And a lot of you all always trying to use wickedness to prove and make all points that Esau Edom had taught you are online. You just run with it. with that word, with their favorite word, narcissist, which is most of them. That's who they are anyway. A shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace. In her continent and mind cannot what? Be valued. Huh? That's when you are valued. You know, a man's will see you coming a mile away when you what, man? When you are humble and you are what? Your continence, your mind is what? The mind is cannot be valued. Can't be valued, man. As the sun when it arises in the high heaven, so is the beauty of a good wife in the ordering of her house. And then you're just not getting it. Not saying it's all women, man. I'm never saying it's all women, but most of it is. Most of them are. Just like most Jakes. Most Jakes is wicked as hell. So Jake don't get away, but Eve, you just have a larger portion in the devil's kingdom, and this is why you are afforded these actions. But now in the days of what we are coming in and what we are part of now, it's being taken from you. Why? Because Esau's kingdom is done. It's over with. So you're going to get what Esau's going to get, which is what? That second death, which is that fire. Let's go to I'm gonna close this out. Ecclesiasticus 36. I had a lesson I want to go in, but I guess I'll do it later on. Ecclesiasticus 36 and 22. The beauty of a woman cheereth the what? The countenance, and a man loveth what? Nothing better. Wow. What's that? Genesis 2 and 18. It is not good that what? That a man should be alone. You know, this is why men are alone for women, man, because you was made for men. This is why men want women, man, because you was made for them. Verse 23 of Ecclesiasticus 36 and 23. If there be kindness, meekness, and comfort in her tongue, see that? Quiet, man. Not always being loud and being ignorant and trying to make your point with what? With feelings and emotions. You know, it's so rampant and it's so rampant and happens so often until you all think this is a natural reaction to act a damn fool when you're trying to make points or trying to or just want your way. Like children, man. And most of them are like children. Well, most that goes men and women, right? But most of women act like what? Act like kids, man. If there be kindness, meekness, age don't make you an adult. If there be kindness, meekness, and comfort in her tongue, then is not her what? Her husband like other men? He that getteth a wife begetteth a what? A possession, a help me like unto himself. That's right. And what? A pillar of rest. What's that? Genesis 3 and 16. That goes into what? Excuse me. Thy desire shall be what? To thy husband. Right? Not the other way around. He shall rule over you. That's what the scriptures say. This is what the Heavenly Father say. Yahweh Hashem Habashah. Let me read verse 24 and I'm going to close it out. Of Ecclesiasticus 36 and 24. He that getteth a wife beginneth a what? A possession, a help like unto himself, and a pillar of rest. So women, if you got a good husband at home, treat him right. And be a pillar of rest. And not be a damn demon, man. So that normal say, call Allah Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, or call her Kodash, Shalom.